So, Christy, welcome to our show. Thanks so much for coming on with us. So, give us maybe just a little quick background, how long you've been with Red Barn Home Buyers and what your experience has been like so far.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. It all started because like one day I randomly opened Instagram when I was literally walking down the hallway to like do laundry, and I saw Ken's face, and he was asking about or saying something about looking for home stagers, which would be me. So it caught my attention. I like immediately filled out the little info, and then I kind of feel like here I am. But that was probably November, maybe Thanksgiving time. And then I signed right before Christmas. So then it was official, and then started training after the holidays. So that was January. Very beginning of March, I launched. I've had two wholesales things already going
Mhm.
on. One is still going on. And then, of course, talked to a lot of people, visited some other places. Now tonight we're putting an offer on a house 3 miles from us that we want to flip. Potentially, it could be a rental too if it ended up working out better. Fingers crossed that goes good tonight, and I'm super excited. Everything's been awesome. We came down to the in-person training in Atlanta, Woodstock. That was great. It was so fun to see everyone in person and see faces and
And it was great seeing you there. Your background as a home stager, tell us maybe a little bit more about that. That was kind of the world you came from. So you're already,
Mhm.
in the real estate realm. How is that?
Yep.
How has that maybe contributed or helped to do this business?
It has contributed a lot because I'm used to going into people's homes
Mhm.
already. So like meeting with them, and usually they're at the selling, this gonna sell. So they're already kind of in a stressful situation
Mhm.
because no matter whether they're selling for good or bad, it's stressful time they're moving. And so I'm used to going from room to room and having people show me their houses and kind of working, answering questions and stuff. So it's just flipped a little bit because now it's like I'm the one that's maybe buying or that sort of thing. But
Mhm.
just being in that space with someone during a stressful time, because usually if they're selling, it's hardship or whatever, so they're having a stressful time. So very similar to what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's great. And then maybe talk through, you're already familiar with the real estate world, working with clients. What was the training like for you?
I mean, it was really good. I mean, I've watched TV shows, and I like flipping houses and doing projects and stuff. So just learning more of like how the real world works in the business of buying and selling. Again, like some of it, I felt like I knew the like overview of it, but to like get to down to the nitty gritty, I mean, super interesting. I mean, I took so many notes, and like every training video, I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this again. And, so, I mean, I loved it. I mean, it was great. It was very good.
And so you came to Woodstock here about a month ago. Maybe
Yep.
tell us then, what was that like coming to the corporate office and meeting other people from around the country? And was that beneficial to be, on location?
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Like we want to go to the next one as well, just because I mean, I'm a total like in person type person anyways.
Yeah.
So, and it was the smaller group. So that number of 25, 30 people, I mean, you felt like you actually got to meet and talk to everyone, and, were comfortable asking questions, and, just hanging out, like even, going to lunch with people, and afterwards, more in depth on the training that I had done on the computer, where I didn't have anyone to be like, oh, hey, like ask in the moment questions. So just to be in the moment and personal insights from everybody, it couldn't have been better as far as I'm concerned.
We do those, we offer those quarterly, the live training experience. And the nice
Yep.
thing is sometimes people do come to, it's not a requirement or expectation, but the nice thing
Mhm.
is the next time you come, you'll see a whole nother set of houses, right? The homes that you went and viewed that were being flipped, be a
Right.
completely different slate of properties this next time.
And that too, being on site on properties was so fun. I mean, I lived for that. So that was great.
Chrissy, it's just been a few months since you launched. You got a couple of wholesale deals that you're working on. Now you got a house you're putting an offer on tonight. Tell us a little bit
Yep.
about this property. Where you found it, the numbers behind it, and what you're hoping to make.
So this one, I've been talking about what I'm doing and investing in properties and that sort of stuff. So heard about through friends, small town. So luckily I was able to track down the homeowners who live well, they're the owners now because it's an estate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the adult children. They live out of town. 5 hours is the closest one. Anyways, tracked down their phone numbers also through friends. So it was nice that there was a little connection there, that we knew local people and things. But met with them last week because they were in town trying to do some of the cleanup. Place has a lot of stuff in it because their dad was the collector of many things, and they had lived there for many, many years. The place had actually never been on the market. It was a parsonage, and then their families owned it since, can't remember. It was like the 50s, 60s, somewhere. I mean, many, many years. You know, being so far away, they're having a hard time getting it cleaned up and all that. So met with them. It went really well. We're thinking right now the ARV is around 320 or so. We're going to offer 322.8.
You're not offering 322. You're offering
No, one. I'm sorry, 122.
There you go.
Yeah, and thinking it's probably going to be 140 that we're gonna have to put into it, and that's with like holding costs and stuff. So hopefully to make in the 60 grand range.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, junk removal, just touching almost everything is going to have to be in there. So.
And that's now you had mentioned, running this by your coach inside
Yes.
the barn. Hey, just curious in general, how has that gone working with your coach?
Yeah, very good. It's so nice to just have a contact who's, done a lot, and has a lot of personal insight. I mean, you can't beat just talking one-on-one with somebody who's been through it all. So very good. Yep. So I sent her all the information, and she's like, yep, I'll get back to you this afternoon. And
so you were, a designer stager when you saw the ad and decided to pull the trigger with Red Barn. Just maybe, so for somebody else that's out there, thinking of maybe making a career change or adding this, to what they're doing, maybe just what would you say to that person that's kind of on the fence? Is this something I want to get into? Is it worthwhile? Are they even real? Like, does this even work? All those sorts of questions. Maybe alleviate some of those concerns just based on your experience.
Well, yes, they're really real. And the biggest realization I had is that I always knew that I wanted to flip homes and get some rentals. And I mean, I've done a little bit of that already, but so small scale that now I realize I never, ever, ever could have done this without you guys. Just the training and the resources. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, that I thought I could do it on my own. I mean, for real. I recommend it highly.
Well, Christy, we are excited to have you a part of Red Barn Homebuyers. So happy to see you have such a good launch. Get that house tonight. Very excited for you to get that house, do your first flip, and give Stan and I an excuse to come up at some point here soon. Not the winter to visit you in Wisconsin. Not the winter.
Yeah.
We'll find a good time of year to come up visit you in Wisconsin.
Yes. No winter. I won't, don't blame me there.
Awesome, Christy. Well, we're excited to see all the success you're going to have. Thanks so much for spending some time with us.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.